limit.
Yeah. All right, ladies, and any gentlemen that are listening, welcome to part 2. Because I'm going to tell you that everybody's on fire. Yes, they are on fire. Because they got a word for you today. Not only are we talking about purpose, passion, and progress, we're talking about how we feel. Where do we fit? How does it all tie in together? And we're pulling in aspects of what was our history? How did we get to this part? That part, and everything else in between. And so when you realize what happens is that it continues to flow. It continues to flow and move past that. And so the greatness thereof is that during the process that you will continue to be blessed. You will continue to hit opportunities for transformation. But guess what? It's all on you, boo. It's not my job. It's your job. It's your job. Y'all, this is free. We ain't paying for this. Okay? So, but you do might want to download the Spreaker app because you don't want to miss any shows because we're about to become live and on fire on a regular basis for you. And so as we bring the ladies back to you this is real talk. And this is real issues. This is the core of who we are. And that what you're listening to and what you're tuning into is 21st century real talk, the real deal. So it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you're at. It doesn't matter what place you exist in. Is that you tap into what's being discussed because there's transformation in the testimony. There's transformation in the discussion. And if you want to be a part of the Divalogs and Real Talk, then guess what? Information coming soon. How you can tune in, call in, and be a part of the movement. All right, I'm going to pick back up where we left off because I'm telling you, these ladies was on fire. They was bringing it to you. All I have to do is say, let them bring it to you. But remember, ladies that are out there, if you're labeling yourself as a real diva, remember what a diva stands for. Dynamic, intentional, victorious, and aware. Woman with a purpose. That's who a diva is. So if you want to talk about, not an attitude. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn you back over to these divas because when I say they was going all in, y'all about to be blessed because they going all in, and they gonna tell you some stuff. But as we transform into really the core of what our purpose and passion is, we're gonna start with Yolanda. She's gonna talk a little bit about Nana's Kitchen. Because I'm telling you, with Nana's Kitchen launch, you're going to want to have a seat at the table. But baby, guess what? It's going to cost you. But you can listen in for free. But if you want to eat up on all the goodies and be a part of the table, it might cost you a little bit of something. Because everything that's worth something costs a little something. Okay? All right. So I'm going to tell you a little bit. Tell us about Nana's Kitchen. That's what she about to break it down for y'all. Tell us about Nana's Kitchen, because I've been trying to get to Nana's Kitchen all night.
What the heck is going on with Nana's Kitchen? Okay, all right. My grandmother, Bernice, was my best friend, and she raised me. When my mom had me at 17, so she was a young mother, and my grandmother took over. And so at 5 years old, she came to me with this little funny, you know what? Do you want a husband? She was like, do you want a husband? And I was like, ew. Because boys, what in the world? Why are you asking me that, Grandma? And she said, well, if you want a husband, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. And so you better she said it like this, I'm going to be honest, because she's a Southern woman and she had her mouth was something else. She said, you better get your ass in here and learn how to cook these greens. And I was like, okay. But then that sparked the whole love of cooking for me, because those were times that I look back on, and that they were the most beautiful, most valued times of my life. Because in that kitchen with her, she would cook and talk and educate. Her wisdom would come. She wanted me to learn. And even at a very young age, she wanted me to understand how to be a classy woman. She would say, be classy, not trashy. And she was just giving me these little nuggets throughout the time that I was in the kitchen with her. And I was in the kitchen with her a lot because she was a chef. She was a self-taught chef as well as a, how would you say, baker, if you will. She could bake from scratch and do all of that. So she baked the 7-Up cakes and the German chocolate cakes and rolled out the dough and did the pies and all of that from scratch, as well as cooked all the food. Yeah. And I was her little sous chef. And a sous chef is what I learned from my executive chef when I started venturing into making this thing a business, maybe about 3 years ago, is the person that helps the chef in the kitchen. And then it was like, oh, I was a sous chef this whole time in the kitchen with my grandma. I was helping her because she started me off cutting stuff. And then, but in that, even in that work of cooking and preparation and taking something from nothing and making it so beautiful, where it made people smile, it made people come together, it made people laugh, it made people cry, it made you like her. If you didn't like her and you ate her food, you was gonna love her before it was over. It made men marry. I mean, she was married a couple times. See, they was gonna marry her because she can cook. That's right. She used to tell me, you miss one bus, another one to come along, but you better be able to feed them. So that's where it came from. And I called her Nana. She was my Nana. And so Nana's Kitchen was born, I'm 45, so 40 years ago. I've been in the kitchen for 40 years. I'm not even literally, and loving it. And she'd play music and she'd have her wine and people will be coming in and out. And so, yes, I did get raised in a really rough home environment. When it was bad, but there was good. And there was love. And there was some serious wisdom passed down to me that I felt like this huge responsibility in having to pass down to my children. Yeah. Like my grandmother, all of those teachings were what I felt I needed to, and I have to honor all of that because it saved my life. It changed my life. And I knew that that time in the kitchen was meant for me to do something with it. And I used to think it was just in my own household, like with Sunday dinners, because I don't deviate from that, where I cook and play my music and do my thing and my kids and I have my wine and we're just in the house is smelling like good food from the time of like 5 o'clock in the morning. I put my greens on at 5 o'clock in the morning, y'all. If not the night before, and cook them slow. And I keep one eye open, by the way, and make sure they don't, nothing burns. I'm so cold with mine that I can cook in my sleep. But full course meals, and then the house, the kids wake up, and you know what that is it's warmth, it's love. They can feel that, and that's what I wanted to bring to all of you. And that came the birth of Nana's Kitchen, because I didn't want, and then it went from sharing it with just my family, where I'd have friends come over and they loved it and they'd be like, Yolanda, you gotta do something with this. There's something about this. Oh my God, invite me every weekend, child. What time is Sunday dinner? When are we coming?
I'll be early.
Because it was good food and a good time and amazing conversation. People being vulnerable, sharing their stories, learning and growing, and that's what I experienced. That's what has made me the dynamic woman that I am today, with those conversations, those talks in the kitchen with my Nana, with my grandmother. Aww. And I want to bring that home. That's huge. Nowadays, families do not do that. We don't have that. We're in this fast food, get it, got it, and we don't sit around the round table anymore and have those in-depth conversations with our children and what's their favorite color. I bet a lot of us don't even know that. If you really sit back and think about, do you talk to your children about what they're into? You'd be surprised, because the internet, honey, is exposing our kids to a lot. Yeah. We need to sit down. We need to talk to our kids. We need to sit around at least once a week. I know we have busy lives, and I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong, but once a week. And so Sundays is mine, is where I just say we shut it down, no electronic devices. We're totally going to go about just the old school. I play some old school, whatever I'm feeling. And usually the music that I'm playing is indicative of what I'm cooking. So if it's gumbo or something like that, then it's the blues. If it's old school, if it's old school, then then I'm usually got some greens and some cornbread or something like that going. If it's new school, it just depends on my mood. Typically I'll go back to the old though, because that's where it brings me with my grandma. My grandmother's spirit literally takes over me me in the kitchen. I'm so bad about that I had to learn that I need to start sharing in the kitchen, because she's gonna be mad. She's probably turning over because I didn't bring my kids in the kitchen at 5 with me, because I'm selfish with my grandmother. That's my time, so I don't allow them to come in. But I realize I got to teach them too, and how to cook, and and all of that, and bring that to them as well. But I'm selfish in the kitchen because I
you
lose
don't like your
myself.
kids? Because right now I don't like our kids. I don't love them. I don't like them.
We all been there.
I don't like them right now. Jesus Christ, I don't like them.
I would tell
right
them.
now.
I would tell my kids that I don't like them, but I love you.
I love them.
I would say I don't like your behavior. If there's something they're calling me, I'll be like, well, your behavior right now, you really slipping on your little, something's going on. So we just need to take a time, breathe a minute. I need a break.
Well, what Cray Cray used to do is once a week, the kids had an opportunity. I call it the round table. They all would sit down, and this is the time they get a chance to express themselves, their likes, their dislikes, what was going on in the house, that the parents might be doing or not doing, that they took either offense to, liked or didn't like.
Right.
They had a chance, an opportunity to speak it, where they had they wouldn't get in trouble for it. In other words, they could just say whatever, they could speak their mind.
Right.
And that works out really well, because then you find out a lot of things about your kids and what they like, what they see you do, because they are watching you. Yeah. Believe me.
Hello.
They are watching you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But that is one way to find out.
And you find out about yourself too.
Yeah.
And who you are as a parent. That's a different hat.
Yeah.
We all wear different hats.
Right.
In our life. So parenting,
you gotta be
one,
ready to change them.
And then wife is one, your beautiful wife, and then you know what I mean. Then you're businesswoman. I'm a businesswoman. You got these different hats, and so when your kids sit down and they tell you as a parent, like, this is what, and this is how it affected me. It helps you grow too. Yeah. When you give them that form, and then also when you give them that voice, then they're able to do that and carry that on throughout their life, because it's nothing worse than you feeling fearful of saying how you feel.
Right. You
gotta be able to say how you feel, or have a voice. Because my parents, when I would get in trouble, and you'd be like, "Why'd you do that?" and you'd be like, and then you get ready to say it. I don't even want to hear it. Yeah. That part. Your opinion, and I used to be told this, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. I don't tell my kids that. Yes, it does matter. Now, is it gonna change anything? No. It may not. Mm-hmm. It may or may not.
Right.
Because I didn't know that was your view. But I do give them that opportunity, and that's pretty awesome. That's awesome. I love doing that.
Okay, wait. We sit here. This is all about real talk. Cray Cray wasn't like that back in the day. Okay, because whatever Cray Cray said was that Cray Cray went, and so Cray Cray that
was post 7 child 7.
That was post. That was 7 and up. We didn't deal in that business. 8 and 9. They got that whole revelation.
Well, she got it down now. Hello, okay, the first 5.
Let me freeze you on that, because I'm number 7 now. Oh. I got the upper grades. I didn't get the lower grades training. I got the upper grades training, not the lower grades training. So if you didn't smell, when she walked in the door and you didn't smell pine sol through the house,
that was my mama.
Then you was recleaning. If there was one dish, a piece of silverware,
we got
that was not clean,
all the dishes.
Everything is coming out the cabinet.
I got that's happened. Everything out the cabinet. And I told my kids because my daughter, it was so funny. She was washing the dishes, and I happened to find a fork. I said, "Do you know what I could do to you for this dirty fork?" I said, "Do you know
what
can happen for this dirty fork?"
I have
clean those
You gonna clean the whole kitchen?
I was traumatized. Forget all that.
Yeah, right. Me too. Effectively assumed the rights of my motherhood that has been passed down from my mother. My son, I found a dirty bowl. I said, "Oh, you need practice. You do." So all the dishes. We're gonna have to wash. But you didn't practice.
I can't do. I want
to feel good about the dish when you wash it. Now I put a spin on the delivery.
Right.
That part.
The delivery part. That's a big
It
deal.
wasn't. You need practice, baby.
No,
It
was
get your ass up. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. You don't watch
and
these
it was
dishes
pulled
before
out the
school.
kitchen. It was pulled
Mama, I
out
gotta
the
go to
cabinets.
school.
Everything
Mama, I
was
gotta go to school.
was snatched out the cabinet. These were being snatched. You gonna wash
Okay.
this, and there was a pile of shit in the sink. You gonna wash this. You gonna wash that. You gonna wash this. And
And you
And
still
guess
gonna go to
what?
school on time.
Guess what? I had clean dishes, clean silverware, that part, my glasses. I didn't have a dishwasher, so I didn't have
Yes, you did. You had 7.
all those. I mean, I didn't have one of those automatic, dishwashers where you steam that part. But you know what? My glasses were shiny and clean,
Amen.
and we had
What
no
can I say?
problem.
And that was the beauty of it, and that's what I share with my family today is that y'all just don't know for real.
You don't have no idea.
You have no idea.
Okay, because my grandmother had the broom, and she purposefully wouldn't let me use the vacuum, because she said that was y'all getting lazy with this technology. And so she'd make me sweep the carpet. That's hard. I'm gonna tell you right now where it looks to sweep the carpet with a broom. To sweep the carpet with a broom is a serious thing.
Yeah, it is.
It's a serious. That takes some skill.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of
It takes a-
energy.
and it
But
takes a lot of energy.
here's
But it
the
was
thing.
a good thing that I
We
learned
think
that,
about
though.
the transformation and the transition to how we incorporate our children and those that are connected with us to an understanding of what really matters, and that what does it mean to truly have a house that's clean. I know it sounds basic, but for real, is that I've watched kids today.
Don't do jack in the crack.
Not
Yes.
jack and crack. But some could sit in the middle floor. They will sweep around and would not lift it up and move it to clean under it because that was sitting there. So
I didn't hit it there.
I relish
Oh my God, that's the worst.
and I appreciate everything that I've learned, but I also note that we've gotten away from that.
Yes, we have.
And that because we've allowed the system or beliefs or what, I don't know. I don't have all the answers. But something has occurred to get us away from the core of that. And that's
Technology.
problematic. But it's not technology. It's ideology. Not technology. Ideology. Because I know certain households to this day, you can go there and you still see the same thing. Technology is still there. But ideology. So, pardon me because I'm going to say this, y'all. We don't use certain language on this show. But if I'm going to whoop that ass because you didn't clean up the right way, then you're going to clean up the right way. But when I start doing too much talking about, well, you probably were tired. No, you want to eat, you clean.
No, this time
You want to go, you clean. And that there's an understanding or a lack of understanding of what it really means to be a household. I'm not getting ready to pay you to clean your room, the house, the dish, and the nails because you ate today.
That's right.
You ate today.
That's right.
And one of the things that we've implemented and that I'm adamant about is that, and I've learned from my mentor, my coach, is that I will pay you to read books that matter is going to help you grow. I'm not paying you to do no chores. Dude, you woke up this morning, you had water running, you got the shower, you got to eat. But guess what? If you want to do some things, you want to earn some money, you're going to read great books. That's going to transform your life. And so as my son is reading As a Man Thinketh by James Allen,
That's a good idea.
and he said to
That's
me,
a great idea.
can I just do the first 10 pages and we talk? Now, not just read it, we're going to talk about it. What does it mean? What is it saying to you? What are you gaining from this? Now, you can ask me if you can go somewhere. But you're not going somewhere just because you cleaned your bathroom. You pooped in the toilet. You used the toilet paper. You did all that. Why do I need to give you some not? But let's read this book and let's talk about it.
Right.
And when you get to that point of relevance and understanding, and so today he's like, well, I know it's 24 pages, but oh my God, if I can get to 10. He said, Mom, it's deep. I said, hello. Ding, 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 ding. And guess what? I said, you're going to read that book. You're going to read it. You're going to read it again. Every time you want to do something, you're going to read it again and again until you embody the essence. And I'm going to keep introducing you to great books.
Yeah.
That's going to transform your life. That's how you're gonna earn your freedom. You gonna clean up, boo. You gonna clean up. You want to eat, you gonna clean up. You want to wipe, you gonna clean up. You want some toilet paper, you gonna clean up. Okay. You want some detergent, you gonna clean up. Because you live here.
Right.
But you want to go.
That's your
and
contribution to this house.
Hello. You're gonna read, but you're not gonna read anything. You're gonna read great books that's gonna transform your life.
That's a very good
and
idea.
with that,
I like
he's
that.
like, oh my God. So he's like, Mom, he wore my last good. Where's the book? Where's the book? Where's the book? I said, here's your book. It says 25 pages. I said, you're gonna read that you're gonna read it all the time. I said, you understand what it's saying to you. And As a Man Thinketh by James Allen talks about the power of the mind to transform your life. So if I'm telling you what's important to me is that you understand your greatness from now on, and that what you think about and what you say is going to transform your life, that's what matters.
Right.
Yeah.
The fact that you got an A or B or you did this, okay, great. But the fact that you've read something that is going to have major significance. And I said, and case in point, he has a game. They're playing against a team that's a pretty dominant team. And he came and said, we're going to lose. I said, well, then there's no reason for you to go on the field. You're not going to the game. Yeah. Well, you already told me you're going to lose. Why I need to send you?
Right.
Why I need to send you?
Right.
I said, so I'm going to tell you and the coach, you ain't playing. You ain't. Yes, I said ain't. With a PhD, I said ain't. You ain't playing. Because
that's appropriate in some settings.
It is.
Yes, it's appropriate. It is. I said, you know why you ain't playing? Because you already decided you're a loser. I said, and I don't back losers. And therefore, if you're gonna decide ahead of time you're a loser, you're not finna go in there because you can get hurt. So why, if you already decided you're gonna lose, there's no reason for you to show up.
Right.
Bingo.
Amen.
And he said, who?
The mic.
I said, I don't care what nobody else is saying. You better speak life, and you better speak growth, and you're going to speak empowerment. I said, into that situation.
That's right.
I said, you will not start. The game ain't even happened yet, and you already decided you were defeated.
Right.
What kind of craziness is that? But here's what we do as adults. Ding. Wait, hold up. Let me get, where's my bell ringer at? Dang. My bell ringer ain't there. Come on. Let me see. School bell. Okay. Bell ringer. This is the bell ringer. As adults, we decide that we're defeated before the actual battle. And we wonder where our kids get that from. They get it from you, Cray Cray.
However, where did they get it from?
They got it from people that came before them.
Thank you. So then that's the part in recognizing, in order to change it, is where did it come from? That's what I had to do.
Acknowledging. Now here's the thing. I will disagree with acknowledging where it came from, but you don't have to marinate in that filth.
Right, you can acknowledge it, you don't gotta marry it. It's almost like I can date you. Dating you don't mean I gotta marry you.
Right.
You're not marriage material.
Right.
Bingo! Because baby, you got some money in a new car and I need to eat tonight.
And I can't eat the car.
No, but what you're saying resonated so much with me because of this new kind of season that I'm in and trying to get a certification for my job.
What's your job? Go ahead, tell us about your job. Tell us about your job.
So silly.
Awesome.
I'm an internal auditor for Farmers Market.
Wait. Are you an African American female?
I am an African.
Are you on welfare?
No, I'm not.
You live in the projects?
I do not.
Okay.
I am the
Do you
only
have an
African
education?
American. I'm the only
welfare, Dina.
I am the only.
It ain't about you right now. It ain't about you. It's about this one right now. Because I know. Because Donald Trump said this is what we all are. So I just wanted to be clear.
Yeah, but
I paid into that though. I worked, so
I'm a part of that. But no, it's two because I'm the only African. Actually, I should say three. I'm the only African American. I'm the only African American woman in my department. So, which is quite challenging some days, more days, other days than not. But anyway, in trying to and actually succeeding in the pursuit of a certification that kind of globally demonstrates the competency that I have. It's almost, I would probably liken it to, passing the bar exam to be an attorney. And so this CIA is what it's called, a certified internal auditor, kind of governs what I do. It governs the profession. It sets the standard for the practice of internal audit. So when I get that certification, what it means is I've reached the height of the competency that's needed.
That part, that's my point right there.
To practice the profession. So,
eagles and pigeons don't fly together.
But you know what's been really awesome is when God planted this. He planted this seed in my heart even before I knew that there was such a certification. Because in 2013, I had my daughter in 2014, and I actually got hired while on maternity leave in this position with no experience. But in 2013, I changed all my passwords. You know, you have a secret password on your computer, and it asks you for a password.
Right.
And one of the passwords, you can identify certain phrases, and it asks you questions. One of the questions is, what was your dream job? And my answer was auditor. So I started planting that seed in my mind. I started telling myself that was a possibility for myself. My thinking started to, every time I typed in that word auditor, it made it more real to me that it was an attainable goal. Because a dream, there's nothing worse than it's a dream that's deferred. A dream delayed doesn't mean that it's gone. But what's worse is that if you defer a dream for something else. And by me associating that, every time I typed in how many times a day I had to type in, what was your dream job, auditor? It just made it real to me that, oh my God, this is what I really want to do. So now walking into that, and I'm thinking, this is how great God is, because I'm thinking the dream is just becoming an auditor. Okay, 2014, I'm an auditor. And God's like, no, my babe. That was the first step, because I have some great things for you to do. I'm going to need you to walk on this path of impossibility for you. It seems impossible, but it's possible for me. I'm going to need you to do this because there's some great things I have in store for you. Right. That was just the hors d'oeuvre. That was just, the little, that was just a little to whet your appetite. Okay, I have a big...
She always use mayonnaise.
Jesus used metaphors, so you know what, I'm Jesus-like. I was made in his image, so I use metaphors, okay, but I
get
he's, you know what I'm saying?
That first taste.
Yeah, it was like, oh my God. So he dropped that in my heart, and then it's like, oh my God, I have the opportunity to not only be an auditor, but I'll have an opportunity to be a great auditor. And it's like, what do you want to be? Do you just want to be an auditor, or do you want to be great? And it's like, no, because in God is excellence. I want to be great. So great. There's this internal auditor certification. Okay, big deal. I was an A student. I went to Berkeley. I could do this. But when that thing got a hold of me, and I was like,
Jesus.
Okay, because
real talk.
Well, theoretically, in your mind, you're thinking, okay, I understand, because I've been doing this. Because you have to be, first of all, you have to have a degree, and you have to be in the profession for 2 years before you can even get the certification. It's not something you can just walk in the door and say, I passed this test, give it to me. No, you have to be in the profession for 2 years before you can even apply and get it. You can pass the test, but if you haven't been in the profession for 2 years, you don't qualify.
Right.
And if you don't have a post-secondary degree, you can't qualify unless you have an extended period of time in the profession. Even then, there's still hoops you gotta jump through. So I say all that to say, I got this job with no experience. That had nothing to do with me. That was all God. That was just the beginning. Now I'm sitting here on the precipice of greatness by saying I have this opportunity to get this certification. And so I'm starting to study, and I'm thinking, I went to college. I know how to study, and that was years ago. And I said, okay, Lord, after getting this material and starting to take the practice test, I said, I don't know how to study. I forgot, Lord. So Lord, show me how to study. And a lot of times our prayer is, Lord, make this easy for me. If we're really honest with ourselves, we want to say, Lord, move these things out of the way. Move these things out of the way so that I can have what I want.
Right.
Make it easy for me to have what I want. And so I said, no, Lord.
But nothing worth having is.
No.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be easy. I don't want you to just make it easy for me. Okay, Lord, show me how to study.
Right.
Show me what I need to do. because you said you're going to bless everything I put my hands to. So Lord, show me how to put my hands to this. Show me, guide me, direct me. You said the steps of a righteous man are ordered by you. So show me, and you put this in front of me. So you're not going to put it in front of me if I'm not supposed to have it. If this is not territory that I'm supposed to have, you wouldn't have put it in front of me to claim,
I agree.
And so I started studying, waking up at 5:30 in the morning, studying for 6 hours over the weekend. I had to leave my house because my kids are crazy and I couldn't study at home.
That part.
So I had to do all that. It was a great sacrifice.
So are you saying that you had more to do than study because you are a wife, a mother, and a career person?
Yes,
right? Okay.
I worked and I'm an athlete. Okay, I'm an athlete.
Oh yeah,
so
that part.
Not only, you know what I'm saying? I'm an athlete, so I had to juggle all these things. So when people say I can't do it, I mean that's a whole nother series, Diva series. When you say I can't do it, you're lying because you can. You just don't want to. Okay, so back. Let me tell the page back. So. But what I learned from this, and I gave you that context so that you could see that I was thinking this was all for me. Well, my daughter is seeing me do this. She's seeing me get up. She's seeing me study. She's 12 years old. She's seeing the devotion that I have.
And great.
She's seeing all this. She's seeing me juggle all these things. And I didn't know that. And I knew, but it was an unconscious knowing. It wasn't on purpose. Honestly, I'll be honest. It wasn't on purpose. It was by accident that she actually got to be a witness to this growth and my maturity and in this. And when I passed part 1, she got to see, oh my gosh, like my mom said she was going to do something, and she knew it was hard. And I shared with them how overwhelmed I was. How I was like, there is no way. But my words were always seasoned with the grace of God and saying there's no way I can do this without God. So that kind of that provided the framework for the experience. And so now they know that I can do the impossible with God, because I can tell you when I passed this part 2 here on this past weekend, my daughter went to school and she was telling teachers, she was telling other students, she was saying my mom's the CIA, and she told us today. She said, I told my teacher my mom was the CIA, and the teacher said, well, isn't that classified? And she goes, oh, no, not a CIA like Central Intelligence. And she's an auditor, a certified internal auditor, and she's so proud of me because she got to be a witness to the struggle, and then she got to be a witness to the struggle and the pain and the sacrifice, but she also got to be a witness to the fruit. And a lot of times we don't see that the sacrifice leads to fruit. We don't see the potential fruit. We just see the sacrifice, and we just say, oh my God, I don't want to do this, and oh my God, I got to leave my kids, and oh my God, I got to do this, but we don't understand that.
Let me stop people once again. You be wanting to leave your kids. I'm just saying they cray.
I do.
Okay.
But it has to be for a purpose.
Jimmy, running from them kids.
I'll leave them for a run. I'll leave them for a Tybo class. I'm not leaving them to go drink.
Where can I go with you, Mom?
I'll leave them to go shopping. I will leave that's purpose. And then, you know what I'm saying? That, and shopping is a divine purpose. I'm so sorry.
Right.
When my Lord is rich and he tell me in heaven things is laced in gold, and I mean the shopping is divine.
Right.
That part, yes.
But I'm just saying, like, what we do need to do is show our kids, not only tell them and verbalize, but also showing them, the process. And now I had Thursday and Friday off, and I was joking. My daughter is so much like me because I wouldn't miss a day of school. I'd be upset if I had to miss a day of
Jesus,
school.
yes.
And I told her on Friday, and I said, "Do you want to miss school?" And she said, "Oh no, I can't miss school." She said, "Mom, because if I miss school," she said, "I got 7 classes." She said, "It's not just one class I'm gonna have to catch up on. It's all 7." And she I cannot afford. This is my 12-year-old talking. I cannot afford to miss a day.
Right.
And I said, that is the fruit of my sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Right there.
Amen.
That part. Hello. Bam. Boom.
That part.
Boom. That part.
Isn't that beautiful as a parent when you're able to see that?
But my PhD, Dr. Brown, would cry if I didn't let her go to school. She would have 103 degree temperature fever. And I would tell her, no, Dina, you have to stay home in the bed. This girl would cry. She wanted to go to school. Rain, shine, sleet, snow. 110-degree weather, sick. She didn't care. She loved school. She went straight
I
from
love school,
high
but I'm
school.
gonna tell y'all something.
She went straight from
79,
high
them
school
some crazy
into
people at home.
college.
Yep.
And she prevailed in college on her own. She told me, she said, I'm going. I said, I don't want you that far away from me. Mom, you can't tell me I'm going to San Diego. I said, well, okay.
Well, okay, that's all we can say. Okay.
But part of that is, and as we reflect on our moments and our triumphs through all tribulations, is that we all have opportunities to show who we are.
Yeah.
And that when we're showing who we are, we have to be cognizant of who's looking.
Yes.
And one of the
Absolutely.
things that as we become parents and who's looking is our children.
Yes.
And I don't give a flamethrower who else is outside that box.
I don't anymore.
It's our children.
Our children's view.
View. And I recall when it was such a blessing for my son to be a witness to me walk across the stage, to be hooded. Oh, Jesus, yes, to be hooded. And he knows and has an understanding that you're not just going to college.
Right.
You're not just going to grad school.
It's not stopping there.
You have more than, because it is not being and doing what I've done. It's being greater than I've ever could have imagined. And that's what I say to him every day. You are you're my prized possession.
Yep.
You're my greatest accomplishment. And I live to see you
Do your thing.
do more than and seek beyond, because you can do greater. So our children,
It's already in you.
it's already in you. It's already in you. Now,
already there.
you might not be
You just have to
divalicious because
tap
you a
into
boy.
it.
Yeah.
Right. No, but it's in you.
But it's in
Already,
you.
but tapping into it is the thing, and helping
Right.
them to find how to do that.
And he knows, and the fact that he knows it now, he might not act like it all the time, which is why Jesus wept.
Because I'm a hard-headed child of God. He be weeping by me. 'Cause I don't listen. I am really hard-headed. I have been, and a hard head makes a what?
Soft behind. No, it means a beat down, because you don't need you need a beat down.
But hey,
But soft.
and
But
I've had many of those because I wasn't hearing.
You know,
I wasn't listening.
But with love.
I was listening. It was with love. No,
Yeah.
God's whippings are with love.
Yes.
When he chases you, that thing right there, it's not because he's trying to hurt you in any way.
Right.
It is to get you on course.
Yes,
Just like
ma'am.
it is with my children. When I've had to rear mine, I reared mine. I wasn't afraid to rear mine. I wouldn't hurt them, but I'm not gonna let you walk all over me. I'm not gonna let you disrespect me. I'm not gonna let you get out and be disrespectful in the world. I'm gonna get with you, and that rearing is no joke. But it was always out of love. They talk about the stories of when I reared them, and I'll be laughing like how they talk about you and call you cray cray. My daughters say the same thing, like, Mom, woo, when we did this, and you got upset, and I'll be like,
okay, if you would have grew up in Louise's house, you would know she crack. I mean, from the smooth, cool jazz festival, and she was diva-fied. So everything we learned, people don't realize that everything they tell me, I said, everything you don't understand, I learned from my mother.
Yes.
I said, to be a true diva.
Yes.
I mean, from the diva with an attitude to transfer to the diva without one.
they are watching.
That all came from my mama.
One of the biggest lessons that I learned, and this sticks with me to this day, is presentation.
Yes,
My
ma'am.
mom, and you know what the thing about it is, it's so simple. But even her saying, if you get in, make sure you have on clean underwear. They can't be holy.
Right.
That part.
You
That
get
part
into an accident because somebody. But just things
Or
like
life
that.
is a stage.
And every time my mom went out, she was always
dapper.
dressed. She was
That's right.
always, and it didn't have
Them
to be
heels,
it
'cause she
wasn't
was
like a
short,
bunch of
so
it
she
wasn't
got
like
to have
a bunch
high
of
heels
makeup and
on.
Made up but it was just
She was
just
put
an
together.
air. Yeah, it was just like
No, she had high heels on because she was short.
I have high Hey.
No, but she was short.
My grandmother said, "Don't
Them
you
still
don't let me
short.
catch you in no grocery store, no
It's short.
rollers."
No,
She
we
would
didn't
or
go
that or
outside
house
in our
shoes.
pajamas.
We
didn't
or
go
house
Not
outside
with
in our
bare
pajamas.
feet, 'cause it was
Bare feet,
nasty.
That was
No.
nasty.
And to this day, my kids walk outside. We don't walk
We
outside.
don't
And it's like you don't. It's like you don't. You keep repeating the things that your mom says, and it's like it will dawn on me, and I'm like, oh my God, that's my mom. That's something she was saying.
You are Ruby Louise.
I am, you know what I mean? It's like presentation is huge. When I go to work, people,
Me too.
no matter where I go, people are like, "Oh my God, you always dress so nice." And for me, it's like,
Me too.
This whole thing.
This is a slow day.
I'll be
Well,
like,
I'm
hey,
like-
thank you.
I wasn't feeling
I'll
good.
be like,
I'm
thank
loaded
you.
today.
What she say? When I'm really fat.
Yeah,
You don't
in
even
my
know.
mind, it's like you dress for the job. You don't dress for the job you have. You dress for the job you want.
That's right.
And if I want to be in that executive suite, I want to be in the C-suite, then I got to prove to them that I can represent now.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And so it's like when I
Say the C-suite one more time.
the C-suite.
Cause I'm about to do a C-suite. I'm about to do a series for C-suite executives.
For all y'all
Yes,
who
I am.
don't
Yes,
know,
I am.
don't
Yes,
wanna be
I am.
condescending, you know,
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
That's beautiful. And the presentation and cooking, too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh, yes.
I said, if I'm not going to sit this plate in front of you that I've prepared, and I'm not going to just sit it in front of you on a paper plate.
Yeah.
No.
And just do like that. I'm not going to put my smothered fried chicken.
Ooh, to say
my
that.
smothered pork, my dirty potatoes, mashed
No.
potatoes, my collard greens.
No.
None of that. I'm not going to put it and just throw it all. No, it has to, because then that's more appealing. That right there, rather than it all being just thrown
Gotta
together.
dress it up.
Doesn't
You gotta
matter
dress
what
it
it
up.
is.
You gotta make it up. It doesn't matter.
You can have the
Appetizing.
Hope diamond,
Right.
but if
Right.
you encase it in copper,
Yeah.
it takes away from the
its
value.
beauty.
It's the presentation.
And
It's
that's
like,
and your presentation of how you carry yourself, women who are out here walking around here and don't care, and get out of bed and roll out of bed and your hair is everywhere, and then wonder why hair everywhere situations come your way. Because
That part.
that's what you draw to
That
you.
part.
There's hair everywhere.
situation.
She
Right,
said
like
everywhere.
that.
Yeah, she did. She said that. She
Okay.
said that.
Have your
Everywhere
weaves
situation.
tight. Have your presentation.
And please don't pat your head when it itches.
Right.
Sorry.
I mean, I have to sometimes. It just depends.
Just don't do it in public.
But I don't do it in
Go ahead, do
public.
it cute.
Don't
Do
do
it
it in
cute.
public.
That's
At
at
work,
night.
like-
That's at night when
Don't
you're
be at
tired
work,
and you're ready
like-
to take it out.
I
And,
know.
You know, but when you're my grandmother said that if you wear your scars, or if you get out there and you do and you look the way you feel, people aren't going to want to receive. They're not going to receive that. You gotta put that. You gotta dress the part. You can't dress how you feel. You can't be walking. And I think about that is because there's times I felt like crap.
First impression
There's,
is last
it's
impression.
and I make a hell of a first impression.
Yeah.
And my follow through ain't no joke either.
Yeah.
And something else that me and Dina were talking about is that y'all halfway in it, people. Yeah, no. When you halfway in it for somebody, you say you want to help somebody, but you're not completely in it to help someone. Don't even offer.
Thank
Leave
you.
that alone. If you're not gonna go hard or go hard in the paint for someone, and you say you're gonna help someone and you're not gonna go hard in the paint, leave it alone, boo.
Leave it alone, but keep it
Keep
moving.
pushing.
Say hi.
Because I
and
go
keep
hard
it
in the
walking.
paint for mine, and not just for mine, but for those
I mean,
that
I
love.
need bail money.
Right. I will be that. I will be that. If
I
have
need
that,
bail money
hey,
or
hey.
ninja soup.
Right.
Whichever one you can
Whatever.
provide.
We gon- if
I need you to be the rolling.
Right.
I need you to be part of
Hey.
the drive-by
That's
suite.
right.
Or I need you to be on the other side to bail a sister out.
That's right.
Which one are you, boo?
Right.
Drive-by
You got your
suite.
suit on.
Right.
You got your bail money ready.
That's right.
Or you know what? Because I don't like these kids no way today. I love them. I don't like them. Just go on, make sure they got something to eat. That's all I just need to do.
Right.
Make
Just
sure
stop
they
by my crib.
just make sure
and
they go to
sure they
school
good.
on time. They fresh. They not smelling like bear, and that they can go to school. I'm just saying, and they got their grades on lock. That's all I'm saying, because I can handle the rest, because you know. But the
Right.
point
But
of
sometimes it's about that. Sometimes it's where can I be of service to you?
where can I be of service to you?
Where can I be
And
of service
and I, like I said, people don't understand that. They go, "Yeah, PhD." I said, "Yeah, but I'm straight hood because I come from my mama."
That's
I
right.
said,
I told you that
I
last
am
week. I said I got a
really-
thug in me.
I said, "Yeah."
There's a thug in me. There's
I
a
said,
little
"Well, we,
thug in your life.
yeah." I call it the Ruby Louise
it.
complex. Go say it. Do the dance. Do dance. Do dance.
I would have married Tupac, y'all. I'm gonna put that on the record just so I can say that. 'cause
But he
was just
did. He
amazing.
did.
No,
He
ain't.
did.
No, he ain't. He living somewhere in the Caribbean somewhere, and then I know it. I can feel it.
Okay, we gonna bless her and say the
Pray
and
for
say
me.
Pray for her. But the point is that for me, it's the Ruby Louise complex. Okay, is that I always say, don't let the smooth look fool you, boo.
Right.
I said, because I will cut you with my pearls on. Don't play with me.
My grandmother would say this.
And I've watched enough
Gut us like
Matlock
a fish.
and Murder, She Wrote to get away with it. I will cut you with my pearls on.
And you know what? She said there's 3 reasons to gut a man like a fish. And she taught me this at 12. She says there's 3 reasons. If he mess with your kids, if he hits you, and if he cheats on you. She said, but be careful with the last one. Because men are visual. You have to ask yourself, if he's cheating on you, did you what it took to get that man? Is it what you're still doing to keep him?
Yeah.
Because we can get comfortable in our relationships now and start coming to bed with
But I'm Beyonce. I upgraded you, boo. I put you on Purple Label. I put you on Purple Label. You best to hang on because I brought you the Purple Label. But, you know, and like I said, what we do here on Diva Logs is pure real talk. And we've now got through 2 45-minute sessions. And these divas are on fire. But you know what, y'all? They got to go.
because
it's you know, I got to go to the 8 o'clock service tomorrow. And
You are so stupid.
we got to make sure I get to the 8 o'clock service tomorrow. Hallelujah. But the thing is that there's more to come. We are just getting started. We're about to go all the way up, baby.
Oh my God.
And you guys are invited.
And you